Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Kevin. This is the In My Head podcast. Thank you for listening and watching. If you're watching this, I'm pumped that we're filming this one. Today, my episode is with TJ Taylor, and he's the one that got me out of my comfort zone to film it because him and I have talked for a while about him wanting to start his YouTube channel. And so I was like, this could be your first episode on your channel. So we ended up filming it. So it could be something fun. Let me know if you enjoy it. It could be something we do more in the future. I personally hate being on camera, which is funny because I run a video production business and photography and all that. And I don't like being on camera. I don't even like listening to my own voice on the podcast, which is funny. I chose this side project, but I think the information is important. So we're putting it out there. And I loved this episode with TJ Taylor. And this episode is marked explicit for vulgar language. So if that's offensive to you, if you're young or if your parents and you don't want your kids listening to this, this probably isn't the episode for you, but it's not offensive to me. In fact, multiple times in this episode, I'm just busting up laughing because I love TJ's personality, and I really appreciate when people are authentic to themselves, no matter what that looks like. And more than anything, I'm not going to silence, diminish, or restrict the way somebody talks because it's their story and they get to tell their story. And I appreciate so much the way TJ is and that he's true to himself. And I appreciated the conversation. TJ Taylor has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, so we talk extensively about that. He talks about his experience with addiction, and when you have a very addictive personality, how often you just trade one addiction for another thing. So he talks about some people are addicted, they're addicted to drugs, and then when they're able to kick that habit, sometimes they move on to the next thing, going to the gym a ton or food. And so he talks about having that addictive personality and how therapy is going to be an ongoing thing throughout his life. He talks about all these different things that he does to just stay on top of it. And I just appreciated his openness with this. And I had a great time talking with him. And so for me, the thing I love about TJ is as I've gotten to know him better, we've talked multiple times, and he's told me numerous times that all he cares about is that people know that they're not alone. And I think that those intentions are so pure, and I really appreciate that about him because I think it's easy to get lost in this, that I just want a following, I just want monetary gain. And those things will come when you have, I think, natural pure intentions that you just want to help people, and organically people are going to be drawn to that. And that's what he's done, and that's what he's creating. And I'm excited that he's going to have a YouTube channel now to get more exposure to his story and to helping people as well. So thank you so much for watching. Again, let us know if you enjoy seeing the video versus just the audio. Maybe it's something we'll do more in the future because it was fun to do it with him. And so, in this video, I had been traveling in this video with this interview with him and running on like 4 hours of sleep every night. So I looked destroyed, and I was like, I don't even want my face to be on this, but I look super tired. But I don't really care. All I care about is the message getting out there, and that's all that matters to me. So I hope you enjoy this, and please welcome to the episode TJ Taylor.
In My Head is a free-form discussion podcast where we talk about issues of mental and physical health and well-being. This is not meant to be a diagnosis or treatment plan, but rather a place to share real stories and insights from professionals and people who have or are battling mental illness. We hope to create a community where people feel comfortable and happy with who they are. Hopefully this is helpful for you, and please share it with others. Thanks for listening.
3, 2, 1. All right, I'm here with TJ Taylor.
What's
TJ,
up?
thanks so much, dude, for being with me. I appreciate you doing the podcast and taking the time to do it.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, I know. And TJ got me out of my comfort zone because I usually don't film these, and he's like, "Oh, can we film this? This will be rad." And I was like, "Oh, all right."
It's because like it hits harder for like. Can I like look into the camera and stuff?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Well, like it hits harder for us youth. You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta get the video in, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. Yeah, find my water.
You gotta get the video in.
Yeah, I like.
Because like some people aren't chill with like putting their faces out there, and that's cool, and that's completely cool. But I've just like got to the point where I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And like if I was like, you know, like struggling like a year ago, and I saw someone like talking about like the shit that we talk about, you know what I'm saying, and like putting like a face to it and like talking about it, I'd be like, whoa,
yeah,
you know, like I needed that.
Hit you more, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I needed that, and it wasn't there. Like I was just like, where is this? Like, does no one talk about it? It's just like, okay, like.
So maybe run us through your story a little bit, like growing up. Obviously, a theme we'll be talking about is bipolar disorder. So maybe take me through like your youth. Is this something you've dealt with as far back as you can remember? When did you start discovering it for yourself?
I didn't start noticing it until like 17, 18. That's like when it started like kind of like to kick. So the first time that my doctor told me like, hey, TJ, and then like my mom took me to the doctor and they're doing like an evaluation because I knew I had like depression. Like I got that.
At 17 or earlier? Like on?
At 17, I was just like, okay, like I can accept the whole depression thing, the depression thing. But then like when I went to the doctor and they said that I was bipolar, I was like, oh hell no. Like there's no way. Like, don't even mention that word again near me. Like, don't say that again. I told my mom and my dad, don't ever talk about that word again. I do not want to hear about that. Like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I was just like, I was furious. Yeah. I remember walking out of that doctor's office straight up just so pissed off. So mad. I was just like, how dare he? You know what I'm saying? Like, say that about me? TJ, are you kidding me? You know
and
what
why
I'm saying?
is it? Was it a misconception of what it was, or was it you felt it was like a breakdown of your character and who you were, or what was the response for that?
I felt attacked.
Oh, okay.
I mean, honestly, I felt attacked. And because like he sat me down and he was just like, listen, TJ, like when push comes to shove, dude, push comes to shove, like you're bipolar. And I was like, wait, what? Like, what are you talking about, dude? And like he just gave it to me straight, and there's nothing wrong against that. Like he was just doing his job, but I was just so pissed off because like I had this like idea of what bipolar was, and I was just like, there's no way. Like I am nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing like that. Like that. It's impossible, bro. Like don't even. Like I legit told my parents, don't ever talk about that word again. Never mention bipolar, because I was just pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight up, dude.
So where'd you go from there? Like what out of it?
Well, so then I was just in denial. You know what I'm saying? I was in denial for like, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I was just in complete denial. I was just like, no, there's just like, I'm going to do it. There's no way that that's like true. And my parents, you know what I'm saying? They were just like, okay, like he's probably not. They wanted to believe in TJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I like convinced him. I was like, dude, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until I got myself into rehab up in Seattle at the JVA that I could like look at myself in the mirror and be like, yeah. Like I just got like you know how like Jay-Z talks about like that moment of clarity in that song. It was like that. It's just like I could look at myself in the mirror and just be like, okay, bro. Like it's just time to quit the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just beaten down.
It's a moment of
so hard
for you.
Just so hard, dude. And that's like all it was. It's just looking myself in the mirror and just like, hey, you know what, dude? You have a problem. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then what also really helped me is like, so people up in the rehab, there was a couple that were bipolar up there. So there was like 35 of us or something. And so I was talking, I think there was like three people who were bipolar, and I started asking them like, hey, yo, like, can you tell me like, and they were open about it, but they were just kind of just like secret about it. But like, we all got our meds at the same time. So like everyone like kind of knew, but like everyone was just like hush about it.
Are you comfortable opening up? You mentioned rehab. Are you comfortable opening up about what you're referring to and that a little bit? Yeah, your story there.
Right now?
Wherever. At one point.
At one point. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So talking with like a couple people, I was like, hey, yo, so like, what are the symptoms of like bipolar? Like how do you know that like you got that? And so, I mean, honestly, dude, like they just like threw me some symptoms and like kind of just like talked like from the heart. And I was just like, oh my God, like, dude, like I have like, dog, like everything you just said is just like my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I get it. Like that makes sense. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it was actually a 2-year rehab program, but I bounced after, I think it was like 3.5 months, just because I wanted to come back home and like face my problems with like bipolar and a psychiatrist, and just like get on like medication and just like quit the shit. You know what I'm saying? And just like be honest and be real. And yeah, so I mean, so that was that experience. I mean, my parents were pissed that I left rehab early. They were so mad because like it was supposed to be like a 2-year commitment. Like you go there, like you commit to 2 years, and no matter what, you stay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How old were you when you went there?
22.
Okay.
Yeah, 22. And yeah, so I just felt like I just didn't feel like I had like the doctors and the support system around my mental health enough up there to like properly deal with like my bipolar symptoms. Like if I was going to quit the shit and just like and be like, okay, like I've got this, I was like, okay, I got this, let's do something about it and let's find a solution. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be stuck in the problem, I want to be stuck in the solution. And so yeah, so that's why I came home ultimately, like when push came to shove, and I was fucking sick and tired of that place.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be disingenuous for me not to say that.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's like 35 dudes, and you know, you're eating, you're sleeping in the same freaking, like you're always with them. Like you don't have contact with the outside world. Like it's like prison. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you're cut off from the world, and you're just like in this like cartoon world of like, we keep drugs and alcohol out of this place no matter what, and like you guys are just going to be sitting in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I worked at a rehab center. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like no matter what, that's what's going to happen. And I needed it. Like, cause like if it wasn't for that experience, am I good with like the mic right here?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't for that experience, dude, like straight up, I wouldn't have been able to look myself in the mirror and like talk to those people who had bipolar up there and just be like, hey, yo, like kind of what are the symptoms? And then just like look myself in the mirror and be like, okay, I got this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like I was just in denial. Like I said, at 17, I was just like, fuck that. Are you kidding me? Because like there was such just like a stigma and like what I thought bipolar was and like who had it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, dude, I'm not one of those, dude.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. And also talking about like my alcoholism and my addiction. I mean, so I saw alcohol, like, so like my grandpa was an alcoholic. My uncle, like I have a couple uncles who were alcoholics. On my dad's side, his dad was an alcoholic. And so it's like hereditary. It runs in the family. Right. And so like I saw alcoholics in the problem. And I was just like, there's no way I'm that fucking bum. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's no way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, once I saw like alcoholics in the solution, you know what I'm saying? That's just like a whole different thing. It's just like, oh, okay, like there's a solution here. Like, how do I get in the solution? How do I like trying to live like my best life? You know, like not all alcoholics, not all people who are bipolar, just like Skid Row, just like fucking like don't shower and like don't take care of them. You know what I'm saying? Like don't take care of themselves. Like it was just like I just had this like idea of what like addiction and alcoholism and bipolar was, that I was just like, oh no, there's no way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no way. And I was just scared. I was scared. I remember going to my first AA meeting at 16 years old, dude. And I went with, you know, like a hoodie. I went with like my hat, and then I had sunglasses on, dude, and I just like sat in the back, and I was like, I don't want anyone to know that I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Jeez, dude.
Just because it's humiliating, dude.
Right.
You don't want people to know that you're dealing with stuff.
Yeah.
Because then people are just like, oh my God, like look at TJ, like his life is just like complete shit show.
Yeah.
Let's like make fun of him. Let's laugh at him or think less of him, and oh, we're not going to hit up TJ for that pickup basketball game because he's not chill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I didn't want that. I wanted everyone to think like, hey, yo, he's chill. Like, let's invite him to the basketball game. Let's like invite him to, you know, just like to go hang out with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to feel like an outsider. You feel me? And that's
Right.
like that's what I associated alcoholic, addicts, and just like mental health in general is just like, oh, we just fucking like put them in a shelf and we just forget about them and they're just like on the outside.
Right.
And I didn't want that.
Right.
I was just super scared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
super scared.
So what took you to rehab in the first place? Were you self-medicating through depression, and was it strictly alcohol, or was it?
It was alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, anything to get me out of my head.
Right.
Because my head's like one of those fidget spinners, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? And it just goes. I mean, so alcohol, drugs. I mean, so I've had 7 surgeries in my life. So I was born like with this condition of like where like the hip and the socket, like it restricts like blood flow to the area. So like my hip wore out quicker. And so like I have had surgeries for that. And so I always had access to pills, like opiates and alcohol and weed. And I mean, everything.
Right.
It's just like I do everything. It's just like I have a super addictive personality. So like when I start those things, it's just game over for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because like I love it way too much to have any type of moderation with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right.
it's just like it just takes over, dude. Like I can't explain it. Like, but if you were like to have like a camera like on like the last like 24 years of TJ's life, and you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like it just takes over. Like
Right.
I can't explain it. Just like take a video of my life and you'd be like, oh, okay. Like run the tape back. Yeah.
And so did you check yourself into rehab? Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my parents kicked me out and I was homeless. And like my pops was always super chill. Like he was just like, hey, yo, like if you want help, we're here for you. But like we're like this shit is done.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're done. Like it's just like, yo, it's done.
Yeah.
And at the time I was pissed, but like that's one of the best things that my dad did for me. You know what I'm saying? Just tell me to kick rocks and tell me to fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I just caused so much chaos, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like us alcoholics and addicts, like we're just so goddamn selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't care about anything but getting high. We don't care about anything but getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like if it affects you, cool. If it doesn't affect you, cool. I'm doing me, and I could care less what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, dude, it got to it. I had so many times where friends would knock on my door and be like, "Hey, yo, there's a party, and let's go." And I'd be like, "Nah, I have like my Captain Crunch right here. I have my bowl of weed right here, and I have that Hennessy right here. I'm completely cool. Like y'all can go do that, but like I'm doing me." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just super, super selfish, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least I am. I'm super selfish. So.
And so I just saw you post a while ago. I'm not sure how long ago it was, but it was one of the medallions you get was that I've seen 18 months.
Yeah.
And then I've seen
2 years.
Most recent one was 2 years.
2 years, man. By the grace of a higher power, man. I mean, I have very little to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have very little to do with it. Like my sponsor, dude. Like I remember coming out of rehab, and going to meetings for like 3 months, and I was about to give up because like someone said in the beginning, like find a sponsor who has what you want and ask him like, hey, yo, like how do I go about this? You know what I'm saying? And so like I just find these people that were like sponsoring, and I was just like, man, I don't fuck with any of these people. Yeah, like I don't like him, and I don't find like what he has is like something that I would want in my life. Like, and I was about to give up, dude. Like straight up, I was just like, I'm like, fuck AA, fuck the 12 steps. But then I went to a meeting, and I went to a meeting that I wasn't supposed to go to. That was just like kind of just like coincidence. And then like when my sponsor shared, like I just had the feeling like that's the motherfucker right there. That's him. And so like I went up and talked to him after the meeting. I was like, hey, yo, like, are you sponsoring, dog? Like, He's like, yeah, actually I am. Like my sponsor just gave me like the okay to like start sponsoring and stuff. And I was just like, well, will you sponsor me? Like, I don't know how this works. Like, I don't know how to work the 12 steps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, so sponsorship saved my life because it ultimately, like, he was able to bridge something with bigger than me, like a relationship with a higher power. And that's like what keeps me sober, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I didn't have that bridge. And like he helped me build that bridge. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Jared Stutz, I love you, dog.
So this is something that I'm unfamiliar with in the 12-step program. Did they let you find your own interpretation or definition of what higher power is? Is it something you just connect with, or do they try and teach you a specific form of whether it's worship or acknowledgement or what? Because it's all based in that something's bigger than you, right? And you have to depend on something beyond yourself.
So you get to pick whatever the fuck you want. Like that's like what it comes down to. Like in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, I think it's chapter like we agnostics. It's like, why don't you choose your own conception of a higher power and like what that is for you? You know what I'm saying? Like no one has the right to tell you like what you think is like what you fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like what I fuck with is going to be different from like what my neighbor fucks with and like what another person like connects with. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. Like that same respect that I give them is the same respect that I want back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I want that same respect reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, yo, this is what works for me, like my spirituality and like what I like. And I mean, so it's super simple, dude. Like it's just like get a sponsor and work the steps.
Yeah.
Like it's just like it's that simple. Like people like try to like complicate it and like put like, oh, you can't have sex within the first year of sobriety and you need to go to outpatient, and it's just like so many bullshit opinions. It's just like, yo, dude, it's super simple. Like it's just like you get a sponsor and you work the steps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's like and like people like I see people at meeting like they want to like duck and hide when they see drugs or alcohol. That's not how it works, dog. Because like I had to go out in the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Especially like with my food addiction too. There's a fucking McDonald's like 2 blocks from here. How do I deal with that?
Yeah. I
just go start trying to just like burn down all the McDonald's and Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not gonna work. Right. Like I've got like recovery's an inside job. You feel me? Yeah. So.
That's similar. I just did a podcast 2 days ago with a therapist, and that's kind of their specialty is exposure therapy, which is kind of counterintuitive, where they expose people to these triggers little by little, and then people accept, are able to cope with them more instead of just talking about it and then sending them to the world, and all of a sudden they're like, "Whoa, there's this. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think I would actually see it face to face or whatever."
Well, because in rehab, it's like a cartoon world, right? Like, bro, like you're not exposed to anything. Like you're just like you eat and you're sleeping and you're with the same guys, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like you're asking when you can do laundry and when you shouldn't, when you can sweep the floors and like when you can eat. Like, okay, like that's cool and all, but like when the rubber meets the road and you're out of rehab and you're in the real world, how the fuck are you gonna deal with that? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's like where the 12 steps comes in for me.
Yeah.
So,
is there anything to be said with somebody maybe listening that currently? Because I know you have a good following on your Instagram of people that openly speak about addiction and mental illness. Is there something to be said to those people currently suffering? Because I'm sure it's obviously individual for everybody.
Yeah.
And what works for you is very different for someone else. So, I mean, is it just a matter of everybody has to do it on their own terms and everybody gets to that point where they have that looking in the mirror moment? Or what do you, or is...
Yeah, I mean, if you don't think you're an alcoholic or an addict, try some controlled drinking. Let me know how that goes for you.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
Like I can't diagnose anyone an alcoholic or an addict or bipolar. Like, you kidding me?
Right.
Why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just telling you like my experience with it. Mm-hmm. Let me know how it goes. Yeah. Like just try it.
Yeah.
Try it, because like I've tried so many times to control it. I've tried so many times to just control my drinking, control my drugging, and it just, for me, it just doesn't work. Yeah. But not everyone's like that. Like if you can have a beer that's chill. Hey, yo,
Yeah.
if that works for you, dude, have at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with it. It's just like my personality's different.
Yeah. Did you getting that under control tame mental illness for you at all, or was it a step to feeling better mentally, or is that?
Sorry, say that again.
Like when you got out of rehab,
Okay.
you got drinking, using drugs under control. Did you feel that calmed the effects of bipolar and depression? Or was there still more work to do? There was still more.
No, there's still work
many
to
more
do.
steps. Always,
still,
obviously,
yeah.
but yeah, you felt it.
So, I mean, I just wasn't throwing fucking gas on the fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
like what it's just like, I'm not throwing gas on the fire anymore. Like maybe I'm just throwing like these wood sticks and stuff now, but it's just like, it's not, you know, like huge anymore. Bro, like symptoms are still there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like drugs and alcohol were just like, like just gas. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so definitely like it helps. So definitely it helps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It definitely helps. And some people that are bipolar can drink, you know, occasionally, like on the weekend, have a couple shots of tequila, and that's cool. Like if that works for you, have at it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like everyone's got to be like real with themselves. You feel me? Like I'm just like I'm not telling anyone like what to do. I'm just telling like go out and experience like whatever the fuck you want to experience, and like let me know how that goes for you. You know what I'm saying? And just like let me know how it just like, because everyone knows what's best for them. You know what I'm saying? Like deep down, dude, like I feel like we know what's best for us. So
Yeah. And you can convince yourself for a certain amount of time of something different than what you really are.
Yeah.
You can, but it only goes so far until you, well, for you, it was reality looking in the mirror, but to me, it's also a metaphor of that look in the mirror moment where you can no longer.
Well, it's just like, yo, I could look myself in the mirror and just be like, quit the shit, TJ. Like, dog, like we got to quit it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It's just like, we got to quit the shit, dude.
Yeah. You're the first guest I've ever talked to, professional or personal experience with bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
So I was hoping you could maybe, if it's possible to define something as vast as that, but what does that look like for someone like you? Are there different types of bipolar, and what does it look like for you?
Yeah, so there are different types. And I wouldn't be the right person to ask, like,
but I did
to
notice
like break
someone
down
on
like
your,
the types, because like the dopamine queen on Instagram, she's like very like good with like type 1, type 2.
Yeah.
I'm just like telling you my experience with it. Like I still have lots to learn. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, that's not my lane. You know what I'm saying? Of just like breaking down like 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? It's just like exactly what I can tell you my experience. You know what I'm saying? It's just like what I'm like.
Right.
But like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I kind of know, but like I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking doctor. Let me tell you know what I'm saying?
But I remember seeing someone on your social media say like, which one are you? And you said something like type 2 all day.
Yeah.
So that, I guess that's what I'm curious is, what does that look like for you?
Just the constant sadness.
Yeah.
I mean, so I just have the constant sadness, dude. Constant, just like depression, just like not wanting to get out of bed. Getting up and taking a shower is just like sometimes the biggest freaking chore in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, so it's just constant depression, then followed by the highs. Followed by like the mania, I guess you could say. I just call it the highs and the lows. I just try to keep it simple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I definitely have type 2, where it's just like that's the constant sadness, the constant depression, just the constant like low energy, not wanting to talk to people, you know what I'm saying? Like just like, yeah, stuff like that.
Well, because for me, I came across you from your Instagram page. So for me, you seem like a very active person. Like when I see you usually coming from the gym or you're playing basketball.
Yeah, no, I'm headed to go play. That's why I have these. That's why I have these. I'm going to go play the gym. I'm going to go ball it out after this.
Yeah. So how does someone like you, from waking up saying it's a chore to get out and just get off to take a shower some days, how did you get to that point of going beyond that and working out and doing the mental and physical work required?
You know, and you know what? Some days I'm not able to go work out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too much. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm not able to get out of bed, and it's hard. And it's hard for me to be like, just like accept that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, well, why can't I just like? It's just like I'm not built like other people, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But like I just try to do shit that I like to do. That's why I always listen to music, bro. That's why I'm always bumping music. That's why I like playing ball. Like I look forward to going to the gym. Like it's not like, oh, I got to go to the gym and run on that fucking treadmill for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I go to the gym and do stuff that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't feel like when I'm playing basketball, it doesn't feel like I'm sweating and working out and busting my ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like something that I like to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, and that's like what I, like, why do I want to go to the gym and just like do shit that I hate? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
I'm just like, I want to go do something that I like.
I love your posts that are simply you in your car with some song, with a song going, dude. And you're just like, you're feeling it because it's like,
I'm always posting on my stories. My personal stories is just like me bumping tunes. Dude.
Yeah.
It's because like, bro, because like music, so like I meditate, but like music is like if it's like for 15, like I meditate every day and I'll just like sit the fuck down and just like shut the fuck up and just like sit there and just like let the shit show run and just like notice it. I call it meditation. Like for me, it's like noticing the shit show. It's just like I close my eyes and you're just like, why didn't you take me to the movies? We should have gotten Coca-Cola instead of Pepsi. Like, you should have taken Lulu to the groomers on this day. And why did you miss that appointment? And it's just like the carnival, man. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? It's just like my mind just goes. And so meditation for me is just like sitting still and just noticing it.
Yeah.
But like, so music, so that's why I brought that up though, just because music is like a form of meditation for me. So I'm always bumping music, always.
Yeah.
Like I have a deep love for hip hop. I have a deep love for rap. It's just something that I just love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know exactly.
And it falls in with the basketball culture too, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you always been someone that's, well, obviously not, because you said when the doctor first diagnosed you, you were just complete denial. This is not who I am. How'd you get to a point where you speak openly about it though? Did you learn that became more therapeutic for you to speak about it, or was it all based out of, because I feel like it's obvious that your intentions are really pure. You told me all I care about is that people know they're not alone. Yeah. And for me, that's a very pure intention. And it comes from the way you felt. And you don't want people to feel that same way. Or if they do, you want them to know you're there for them. And other people are there for them.
Well, so like I said, like 2 years ago, like when you saw TJ like crying and in his bed and like desperate and alone, and just like in a place of just like such loneliness. Like I don't wish that shit on anybody. Yeah. Cause like I know what it's like to be there, and that sucks. And like not having like anyone to relate with. Like, oh my dude, you're like I'm telling you, like 2 years ago I was like, yo dude, like okay, I'm trying to accept that I'm bipolar now, but like who else is, like how are they dealing with it, like what the fuck are they doing to manage it? And you know what I'm saying? Like I just desperately felt like I wanted to connect with people, but I wasn't able to. And that's just like, it led to that place of just like, it's a dark place, man. Did you sharing more about yourself come from just almost desperation of I need help, I need to find someone I can connect with? Well, so that's how the whole fucking bipolar started. Is like I genuinely feel like it was an idea from a higher power. It's just like, hey yo, like let's just start a bipolar page. And I was just like, okay. Like I wasn't like a, how long ago did you start that? Because I just found it about 2 months ago. I don't know, it was a month ago. I think it's been like 6-7 months. Yeah. So it hasn't been that long. But it's just like maybe it's just like one of those ideas from inside is just like, let's create a community that like I would want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why it started. It wasn't like some other motive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was just tired of feeling alone.
Yeah. I like that you created something you would want to be a part of.
Yeah.
You know, because that helps you be real, because you're like, would I enjoy this? Like, would I come to this page and enjoy taking time looking at it? Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's why I post like funny shit, because it combats, like, for me at least, it just helps with the depression. Like when I see something funny and I'm laughing at it, it's just like I'm not sad in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So that's, I mean, so I always get people like, oh, why don't you talk more about bipolar? It's just like, yo, I know what I have bipolar. I want to be in the fucking solution. Yeah. And the solution is laughter. The solution for me is just like getting out, you know, just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't want to be stuck in the problem. I want to be stuck in the solution. You know what I'm saying? And like music and comedy is the solution for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm always listening to, you know, stand-up comedy and stuff. And dude, I wish I had the balls to do stand-up comedy. But like, I don't know if I'd be able to sit in front of a bunch of people. I don't know.
I think you'd do just fine, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you'd be fine.
I mean, it's maybe something will come with time, because like you talked to me like a year ago, like if you was like, hey, you're going to be doing an interview about like bipolar and talking about like your experience, I've been like, no. Are you kidding me?
It's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. But now, like, fast forward some time, I'm completely cool with this. So, you know.
Talking about possibly doing a YouTube channel. And
oh, yeah, no, dude, I know. I need.
I'm pushing you to do it, dude.
I need to, bro. Yeah. I need to. It's just, yo, dude, like, I don't even know where my phone's at. I mean, I know how to, like, post stuff on Instagram, and I have, like, my iPhone, and I can take pictures and, like, videos, dude. But, like, I don't know, like, how to do any other than that.
That's all you need, man.
Yeah,
I know. I'm
like really I play my music, bro, and I see funny shit, and I take a screenshot of it, and I just post that bitch. Yeah, that's like all it is. It's super. Yeah, it's not like. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I like that. Did you? I don't know how much you want to get into this, but you talked about those dark places you hope nobody goes to or feels. You feel for those people that get to those dark places. For you, did you ever have like suicidal ideation or tendencies where you felt that was the only solution, or you were like, you got to those dark places, you're like, I got to change something before I go down that road?
Yeah, I bought a gun. I think it was like 5 months ago or 6 months ago. It was like a month. I think it was like a month after I started the bipolar page. And I was just like, yo, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I don't want to go get fucked up. I don't want to go drink, and I don't want to go drug, but I definitely don't want to live anymore. Like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. So I bought a gun, and I had every intention of, you know, and then when you go up in that mountain, man, and that thing clicks, like the safety clicks, and you have it to your head, that's just a different feeling, bro. It's a whole different feeling. It's just like, whoa. Because, like, you would think that it would go off, because, like, I don't know how, because I'm super oblivious, dude. Like, I just stay in my own lane. Like, I know, like, how to fucking, like, go play basketball and, like, fucking go work out and, like, dress and, like, music. But, like, when it comes to anything, like, outside of that, I'm oblivious to it. So, like, YouTube channels, like, guns, fucking, I don't know any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know any of that. Like, that's outside my lane. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, when I put, like, the bullets in and I cock it and I put it to my head and I pull the trigger and it just, like, the safety goes off, like, that's a different feeling, dog. Straight up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense.
So, you can thank my oblivion, or what is that? My,
Ignorance. Lack of
knowledge
on that subject.
Yeah, you can thank my lack of knowledge.
Wow.
For that not going through.
Wow.
And so, so and then I actually talked to the Dopamine Queen on Instagram, and we did like a FaceTime thing, like, you know how you can video chat on Instagram.
Yeah. That's what I like about you, by the way, dude. I shot you a DM. You're like, FaceTime me, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, let's do this. Like,
there's too many fucking
I like
catfishes
that about
nowadays,
you,
dude.
man.
Oh my.
No, I just gotta say, like, I genuinely enjoyed that. And then I shot you a text because I was like with kids and family and stuff, and you're like, yeah, when you got time, FaceTime me. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right. I was like,
that's
I
how
love
it goes,
this, dude.
dude.
I like this, man.
Like, why, dude?
Yeah. And I did it from a place of like, I'm really inspired by this person and I want to talk to him. I also don't want to take your time, but I like, so that's what where the DM and the messaging comes from. But I appreciated that, the face to face, and I felt like we instantly kind of just talked. We're like, let's do this, man.
Well, so, and that's why I wanted to do the video.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like the FaceTime thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, bro, a video hits harder. Like, you know, like you like meet someone like online, like on Instagram, you guys follow each other, and then you guys meet up in person. You're like, whoa, this chick is not what I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you get the FaceTime out of the way, dude.
Yeah.
That's why you get I never meet up with anyone online without FaceTiming them first.
Yeah. That's
just
smart,
because they're
dude.
just fucking. You don't know who these peeps are. Like, anyone can like just like start posting pictures and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Especially like filters and stuff.
Smart.
I don't even know anything about that, but like I kind of know.
Where do you? It's probably hard to say because who knows where this will all be in 5 years. But you mentioned 2 years ago not expecting to even be doing this. So what do you hope to get out of openly speaking about it, having an Instagram page that's open,
And then doing the YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, what do you hope to?
Honestly, dude, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main thing I give a fuck about is like for people not to feel alone. That's the main thing I care about. And as long as that's happening, whatever else comes. That's chill.
Yeah.
But like that's like the main thing that I care. Have you read the book The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson?
Mark Manson, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he just came out with a new book, I think, recently, but I haven't read it yet. But I loved his.
How recent?
I just heard him talking about it on a podcast. I'll have to look up when the release date is. It's definitely within this where we're at now. It's soon that it's supposed to be released, and it might have already been released. But I subscribe to this thing called Daily Stoic, and it's like Stoic philosophy. And so they interviewed him, and they were talking about his. They were asking him if there's any fear because he said he didn't expect his book to blow up the way it did. He's like, I was just writing from an authentic place.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of all the
bullshit.
Exactly. I'm tired of all these self-help books that are 500 pages long and maybe 10 pages are worth anything. So he's like, I wrote this authentic book and it blew up because people appreciated it. And so they were coming at it from like, are you scared to write a second book? Are you scared to sit down and put a pen to paper? And he's like, honestly, no, because I'm not writing this book for anyone else other than myself and from an authentic place. And if people connect with it, that's all I care about. He's like, I don't care if this book sells 10% of what my first one did. He goes, I believe this second book is better than my first, and that's all that matters. So that's a pretty good book. It's way good, man.
Yeah,
but he's coming at it from knowing that whether it sells better, it's a bestseller. I know I know that I did better writing my second book than the first, so that's all he cares about.
If you haven't read that book, go read it.
Get on it.
I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, I loved it.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, great book. Anyway, were you gonna speak to something about that book? You brought it up, and
so I mean the main idea that I got from that book is like establish what you care about and what you give a fuck about, and don't let all this petty shit bother you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so like I had to put it into practice, just like, hey, yo, TJ cares about, you know, not anybody feeling alone, but he's scared as fuck to do a YouTube channel. So how does that work out? Like, how much do I really care about, you know, spreading hope to like the next person who suffers if I'm scared to, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like relating it in my own life. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, but like YouTube is going to be like, I don't want to do that. It's just like, well, how much do you give a fuck about spreading, hey, you're not alone? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it comes down to. Yeah. That's what it comes down to. It's like, that's got to outweigh the fear.
Yeah. Well, I've told you this already. I'll tell you again, dude. Just don't read the comments. Yeah. Don't. Because
people are fuckers sometimes. And it's chill. Like, you guys can sit down in your mama's basement and talk shit. It's fine. If that's where you're at with your life.
I just before you, I did an episode with somebody and they're talking about posting on social media, and they're like, for every 1,000 comments, I just get one that just is brutal, and it can almost negate the 1,000 positive ones. And she's like, but luckily there's a community that, which I think would happen with you. There's a community, if someone attacks you, they kind of are like, bro, he's, you know. And like you said, dude, it usually comes from people that aren't doing things they're happy with. There's envy, there's jealousy, which I
haters,
get. It's haters, simplified right there.
Haters.
Yeah.
There's very few people. I can't even count on my right hand how many people like I genuinely know that actually want to see me succeed. Like, for real. Like, when push comes to shove, like, it's just like, yo, I genuinely want to see you, like, succeed. There's few people out there, dude.
Well, I hope I'm on that list. I better be on that
You're
list.
not yet.
I will. All right, we'll get to know each other
like,
more.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Rome wasn't built overnight. It's gotta take some time.
Yeah.
So
I like that, dude. Well, I hope you push through that, because I think your channel would be awesome, man.
Yeah, I want to do. I mean, and I deal with it even on the bipolar thing too, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I'm being like, people like talking shit, like stuff. I'm just like, you know what, dude, whatever.
Yeah. Do you try and not look at those, or you try and just ignore them? Do you talk back to them, or like, or do you know in your mind that they're in their parents' basement?
I mean, I'll occasionally chirp back.
Yeah.
But it's just so draining, dude. It takes so much energy and just time, dog. It's just like, yo, dude, I could be doing better things right now. You know what I'm saying? So like, occasionally I'll chirp back. Like I love talking shit. I'm all about it. Like I'm all about it. Just because like I just don't take myself too serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so like I don't have people like talking shit on me. Just like, hey, yo, if that's how you feel, dog, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's completely cool. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Who knows if this is we've been doing this podcast, and a question I always pop up with, because my situation is individual, where I grew up with only sisters, no brothers. I married into a family that's mostly girls and open up about life, the way they feel. So for me, it's different. I always had a dad who was like, my grandpa committed suicide, and so my dad always from little was like, do you have those thoughts? Do you have those feelings? Let's talk about them, man. I hope you're comfortable around me. I hope you feel safe, or find somebody that you can be honest with about these things, and not fear judgment. And so I noticed that it's rare for men to feel that they can talk about things.
Yeah.
And do you feel that comes from a state of I have to be masculine, I have to be without feeling, and I think you spoke to it earlier, of this fear of like, oh, they'll view me as weaker, or they'll view me as like.
Well, I mean, I don't really. I mean, I guess I can talk from my own personal experience on that. I think that would be better. So like my pops, his dad died when he was like 7 years old, and so like he's just naturally just like a quiet guy, and just like let's just sweep it under the rug, and just like not talk about it, just like hush hush.
Right. And
that's cool, like in the, you know, because like he didn't have a dad to like to talk to, and that's completely cool. But it's just like I can't let I get the vibe from my pops, just like I can't let my son see that I'm weak.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm supposed to be the strong one. I'm like the head of the household. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the one that makes this bitch run. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't show vulnerability or like weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, but and cool. Like that's what you want to do. It's fine. It's just like I just have a different perspective on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just like to me, like when someone like gets up in like a meeting or something, dude, and they talk some shit on themselves, or like share like into like a super freaking like embarrassing story, like it's just like, hey, yo, that guy has some balls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that means like I look up to that person a lot more than the person who doesn't say any of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because like I know that person's like comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it actually it gives me a new perspective on it, I think, and I like how you said you look up to those people, because you know what it takes to get to that point, and
Well, and it's just like, I mean, we all grew up like boys, dude. It's just like, yo, rub some goddamn dirt on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck up, quit bitching.
Right.
And that, and there's a place for that. And
Yeah.
I do believe that there's a place for it, but like, I think there's got to be a balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, what's funny is even me, when I started doing this podcast, that was in my intro episode. And I said that, like, I'm tired of hearing people talk about mental illness as like, oh, you just need to buck up. You just like, everyone has anxiety, everyone has depression. And I came from it from a very black and white point of view. Like, I don't think that's okay. Like, that's not okay. And the reason I said that is because I've been in groups where people don't know I have depression, and I hear their take on it.
Yeah.
As someone who hasn't fully suffered with it, and it's a very black and white, like, dude, what the hell is wrong with them? Why don't they just, like, we all have it. Why don't they just toughen up, you know? And
yeah.
And so I took a very hard black and white stance, and I've even talked to therapists, and they're like, no, there's a time for that. There's a time for the, like, pick yourself up, get going. Like we all need those moments, but people have to have the wherewithal to know when that's necessary. And majority of the time, empathy should surpass that and try and understand where someone's coming from. But
I mean, for me, there's got to be a balance, dude. Like, it can't just all be, yo, just rub some dirt on it, or just like, oh, yo, just like, we're going to sympathize with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be like one extreme or the other. I just feel like there's just got to be like a give and take.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's good. Because like, there's times in games when I was growing up, and when my coach grabbed my face mask and he was like, hey, yo, I need you to go fucking do this. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went and fucking did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a time and place for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to play through this ankle injury because we need you. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
so I'm not saying, I'm not against it, and I'm not against, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just feel like there's got to be like just keep it chill, and just like keep like a chill balance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, that's my perspective
No,
on it.
I think it's good, man. I think because it goes either way. I mean, you go full one way of only sympathizing, and that's good, and you're not being helpful, and then the fully other way where you complete lack all compassion, and you just, it's just black and white all the time.
Yeah.
Unwilling to sympathize or even see from that person's point of view. Impossible to get anywhere, I think.
Yeah.
On both those sides. So
I mean, the main thing that's helped me, like in my own personal experience, is like my brothers and sisters and my mom and dad helping me embrace the fuck out of it, and just be like, okay, this is who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do this. That's what's helped me the most. Just like, rather than like not talk about it and like dodge and duck and just be like, shh, don't talk about it.
don't talk about it here. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like the exact opposite is what helped me. It's just like everyone just like getting on board and being like, hey, yo, all right, let's talk about it. Let's be confrontational about it. Let's just get it out in the fucking open, and let's talk about it, and let's just like deal with this head on. So, I mean, so that's what I would give. Does that answer that?
Yeah.
Does that answer that question?
Fully, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, help that person embrace it. Just because, the confidence, dog, not many people have confidence, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, they're not confident about it, and like, you like say some stuff, and they're just like, they're trembling, and they're like, I don't want to be bipolar. I don't want to be an alcoholic or an addict, or,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's just giving people confidence, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Do you feel like for you therapy will be a continual thing through your life?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you want to just
And it's not just one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people like mistake like the whole like, oh, I'm going to take this pill and it's just going to magically like fix my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like there are no big deals in life. And like, there's just like little pieces, you know what I'm saying, to the puzzle. And it's just like all together, like with that support, then it just like helps you out in your situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, like, putting an example in my life, oh, okay, now I'm just gonna take Prozac, I'm gonna be completely fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not it for me. Like, I gotta take my medication. So should I say what I should take? What I take? Yeah, so I take Wellbutrin in the morning, 300 milligrams of the extended release, and then I take Prozac, and then at night, then I take Lamictal, which is like a mood stabilizer. And I take some like vitamins and stuff, and I try to eat fucking healthy, dude. Like I really do. Like I just feel better when I do. And I'm actually doing like the 12 steps for like junk food too.
Dude, I was just gonna say we haven't talked about that, and that's huge.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, those fucking Krispy Kreme donuts, dude. It's real, dude. When you see that hot sign and you're passing by that,
you know what?
It's real, dude. It's hard.
You know what? My wife used to tell me about that sign, and I thought she was making it up. When the sign's on, they're hot and ready. I was like, the sign's always on. That's like their theme. Yeah. She's like, no, when it's on, it's on.
Oh yeah, when it's on, it's on. So, it's a different when you get a donut with that hot sign on, it hits different, dude. It's different, dude. I don't know what it is, but it's different.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
But so I do. So it's called FA. So it's like 12 steps for like junk food though.
And that was new for me when you told me about that today.
Yeah. So I've been doing it for like a year and a half, but I haven't been like sober.
Right.
Like it's been a fucking struggle.
Yeah.
Just like it's so hard. There's no magic pill, dude.
Yeah.
Like why? You know what I'm saying? It's just like my foundation is so much more than just medication. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta build that bitch solid. You know what I'm saying? Like working out, talking with my sponsor, talking with my therapist, medication, being like open and honest with my family. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like a combination of things that make that foundation. And if I don't have that, I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like if I'm not talking with my sponsor and just like stuff like that, dude, like it's just like, it's super simple, dude. It's just as simple. It's the every little day things. It's not like a big deal. It's just like the super little things. You know what I'm saying? That like, it's like a combination of things.
Yeah.
Cause I remember like kids like that I even went to rehab with. He's just like, dude, I'm just going to go to the gym every day and I'm going to be sober for the rest of my life. It's just like, okay, let me know how that goes.
Good luck with that.
Let me know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? Cause you're resting everything. You're putting all your eggs in one basket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just, like for me, it's just a combination of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, what is FA look like though? Like tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, so FA, it's like, so like drugs and
what does it stand for? It stands for food?
Food, yeah.
Food,
yeah, so it's like food addicts. Yeah, food addicts.
Okay.
Like Food Addicts and Recovery Anonymous or some I'll have to send you more info. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's all good.
But it's just like that. So they weigh and measure their meals, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you have like 3 meals a day, and you just don't have flour and sugar.
Wow.
That's what it is. I mean, it's fucking hard though, dude.
Sounds easy when you just say, oh, just no flour and sugar, till you realize that's in everything.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, it's in everything. Yeah. Ketchup, dude. Ketchup, it's in everything.
I know. I was so bummed when I realized sugar was loaded up in ketchup.
Dude. But dude, like straight up, dude, like cause like, so my experience with that is like drugs and alcohol were off the table. You know what I'm saying? Like I had no reservations. Like it wasn't like, oh, marijuana's still an option or alcohol is like still like in the back. You know how you like hold those like little like reservations in the back of your head? Drugs and alcohol were off the fucking table for me. You know what I'm saying? So like I turned to unhealthy things. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, that deep dish pizza hits different too, bro. When they just like make it for you fresh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you got like that Mountain Dew and you're just like kicking it with some Reese's Pieces. Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like food addiction's real, dog.
Dude, I know it's real.
At least for me, like it's just like I love food, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking glutton.
Well, and people with addictive personalities get that. Yeah. Like they get that you often trade one addiction for another.
Yeah. I mean, so that's why you see so many alcoholics smoking cigarettes. I mean, it's just like, okay. And then it just got to the point where I was just like, yo, I'm not going to smoke cigarettes. I'm not going to vape. I'm not going to like, just like, that's just not TJ. You know what I'm saying? And so just like, well, where else am I going to go? Like I have a problem with food and I want to like lose some weight and like feel good about myself. But like, cause I lost a lot of weight when I smoked, but I was just like, I'm not going back to that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even go to the gym. I'm running up and down the court one time and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Yeah. So it's just like, I had nowhere else to go. Then that's what led me to FA. It's just like, I do everything like an alcoholic, dude. Like, just my personality is just like, yo, I'm all the fuck in or I'm all the fuck out. Like, don't come at me with some like, oh, we're gonna hit the gym like twice a week for 30 minutes and we're just gonna kind of do it. It's just like, yo, just like, if I'm hitting the gym, I'm going like every day, like like an hour and a half. Like, it's just like, I just have that addictive personality, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, when I do something, I do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't waste my time with some like mediocrity stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for you, that's a much healthier path to take instead of the other options. So,
yeah.
Dude, I'm pumped, man. I
I'm
appreciate you
pumped,
doing it, man. And is there anything else you feel you want to get out, talk about? I mean, I definitely want you to tell people where they can find you. Where can they follow along?
I mean, honestly, guys, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, really. I really don't. Like, I can like sit here and like smile and like pretend that I do, but I really don't. I'm just telling you like my experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that comes through really clear. You're not trying to diagnose everybody listening.
Yeah.
You're telling them what you're going through, what works for you, what doesn't work for you.
Yeah. I mean, so I
appreciate that.
I mean, I don't have like a magic pill or some like something grandiose to say. How do you say that word? Grandiose is to say, like, drop some like philosophy on you. Like, I don't have that. I'm just telling you my experience. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just telling you.
So where can people follow along? Where can they find you?
So on Instagram, fucking _bipolar with no G, because fucking sounds a lot better than fucking. So I kicked the G out.
Nice.
So it's just the FUCKIN and then the _bipolar.
Yeah.
So so you can find me on there.
And you're the CEO.
Oh yeah, I'm the CEO. Oh yeah, I am.
When I found your personal
account. Yeah, my personal account.
Yeah.
No, dude, people hate, because like that's like my bio right now is like people hate you when you're fake, but they hate you more if you're real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so I put CEO. Like, who else is running it?
Yeah.
I'm running it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the CEO. I don't know. I like to like pat myself on the back.
I like that.
You know
dude.
what I'm saying?
Rad.
So
TJ, thanks, man. I appreciate your time, dude. Thanks so much for doing it. This has been a super fun podcast.
No, dude, like we should do it again.
Let's do it, man.
This has been great.
You tell me when. Let's do it.
All right.
And I'll get this edited and we could put it up on your YouTube channel when that's up and rolling too.
Yeah, dude.
All right, bro. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Cool.